You need a strong front horse. That'd be me.
Harder! Come on, hard! Grow stronger! More! Indestructible! This is my
Everyone's the same, nigga, be yourself.
Red Riot!
Alright, you guys, this is Gucci. It's your boy, SJK, the first Black Super Saiyan to work on this planet, man. I'm back here with another video. We got a My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 5 review. Just a review, simply, because I want to talk about some things this episode. So, in this episode, we get further details into Onslaught. And, what's that villain name to do with the hand on his face? That guy. We get further detail on their partnership and their plan further on what they want to do. Our guy with the hand on his face asks Onslaught what's going on, what's he doing. Onslaught straight up letting him know that your master, One for All, used to have the ability to take and give quirks. Well, we want to up the ante on that. We want to be able to take and neutralize quirks. So that's what Onslaught is getting into with the villains. But that's that part. Let's move on to what else, the highlight of this episode. Kirishima Red Riot, bro. Red Riot Unleashed. Yeah. Kirishima is tight. He's one of my new favorite characters. But seriously, my only favorite characters in My Hero Academia is All Might, Eraserhead, Todoroki, and now Kirishima. Everybody else is just like, meh. Meh. But Kirishima, man. I saw Kirishima body All Might qualities this episode, bro. This is why I like superheroes. This is why I like people like All Might. All Might is, seriously, this show's Superman. He is Superman. He, in the public eye, always keeps a smile on his face. He's always positive. He's always happy. Even when he seems to be sad, he will put on a smile to make sure the environment around him and the people around him is comfortable. And if people see All Might sad and walking around all moody and grumpy, that's going to make the citizens, the civilians, the bystanders so grumpy too. Their negative energy rubs off. Kirishima had his All Might moment this episode. Y'all know when All Might went up against Nomu and One for All, and All Might had to gas himself up. He had to persevere through all the pain that he was going through in those fights, while still having a smile on his face, while putting his back into it. He overcame some Superman stuff. But, you know, the world likes the more darker, grim, more characters like our Iron Mans, our Bakugos, our Vegetas, the Batmans, because, oh, they're dark and they're dark and serious and tight. Yeah, they're not the old cliche, goofy, campy, haha, woo, BS. But for me, Superman. Cares like Superman, Captain America. Kirishima, Todoroki. Even though he looks depressed, still, when he speaks, he doesn't speak of negativity. That's the thing about Todoroki. And he has the biggest quality I like about his character. He respects people. He never put down anybody in this show. He doesn't put down people, unlike somebody, Bakugo.
Time! People all across the world will know who I am!
What? What? What?
But yeah. But our characters like All Might, Superman, Captain America, bruh. The people who everybody calls campy and goofy, all that stuff, all that jazz. Too perfect. Man, freak out of here, bruh. Kirishima came with some All Might qualities this episode. Kirishima had his moment of having to have that moment of, I need to persevere through the pain and I need to stand tall because I'm protecting these people here. I cannot fall. In power, in character, both of them need to be up. And when I say character, I mean his physical presence there. How is he looking? Is he going to look there beat up and all moody and stuff? Nah. he stood there in that fight with kind of a smile on his face, but he stood there in that fight doing what All Might been champion to these students. Fight on with a smile on your face. Bruh, I'm telling you, Kirishima, even though it's not going to be the case, because we know at the end of this My Hero Academia, who's going to be the top 2. You know, that cliche stuff. Deku and Deku and Bakugo is going to be the top 2, even though, bruh. By the end of this show, the top 2 new generation heroes are going to be Deku and Bakugo. I don't know how, even I'm going off anime. I don't know how Bakugo is going to be top 2, and they barely showed any moments of Bakugo like they showed Deku anyways. Where's Bakugo moments at?
What? Huh?
None, but they finna make them. But man, you got people like Kirishima, Todoroki, even like Tenya, bro. I wish Kirishima, Tenya, Todoroki, and Deku was legit a 4-man squad, like a wolf pack type of squad, bro. These 4, bro. When Deku, Todoroki, and Tenya teamed up on Stain, even though that fight shouldn't have went that long, they should have won easily. Because Stain, for some reason, had all these extra powers. I don't know how this dude had agility, and he was doing all these flips and junk, all jumping on Todoroki's ice glaciers. And I'm like, what the hell? What? I thought your power was a paralyzer. Where the hell you get this agility from? But
What? Bro.
Whatever. But at the end of the day, seeing those 3 team up together like a legit trinity. Like, you will see your Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman team up together on somebody. You saw your Tenya, your Todoroki, and your Ida. It's your Tenya, Todoroki, and Deku team up together. Add Kirishima into the mix, bruh. That dude would have been tight, bro. I don't know how Kirishima hangs out with Bakugo, bruh. Kirishima's positive energy barely rubs off on Bakugo because this dude stays moody and negative. But let me quit this Bakugo slander. But let's get back to it, bro. Kirishima, bro, he pulled through this episode. I love his character. The way he confronted the villain, he didn't go with the villain that he was going up against to do with the eyeball. There was a villain in this episode who had the powers to shove metal knives out of his body. I don't know how that happened. His metal blades was coming out of his eye.
My boys say the age of you so-called good guys is crashing down in flames.
Oh! Ew!
Kirishima was fighting this drug-enhanced quirk. This villain enhanced his quirk with using drugs, and the villain, once he enhanced his blades, was able to cut through Kirishima's hardening. So Kirishima brought up the fact that, oh, after my training from season 2 at the camp, my hardening has strengthened up, so now my quirk is at its fullest potential. Red Riot Hardening, bruh. That thing was tight. Red Riot Hardening Unleashed. That's legit what that power-up, I call it. Red Riot Hardening Unleashed. That's what that power-up should be called. Red Riot Hardening Unleashed. That's what you should call it. Red Riot Kirishima's power-up. Now, he can only hold the ability for 30 to 40 seconds, but man, in those 30... This is the funny anime time beat, bruh. This dude Kirishima said 30 to 40 seconds. That fight lasted longer than 30 to 40 seconds, and he was still in his supreme hardening mode. I'm like, bro, you know your 30 to 40 seconds been up, but it's anime time. So, anime time is different from time. Anime time is just different from time. 30 seconds in anime world is a minute. But Kirishima, he gave me his All Might moment when he went up against that villain. He persevered through all that pain, the physical pain, and the pain of having to almost look weak in front of the civilians. Nah, he stayed strong. Even though at the end, they should have let him win that fight, but, you know, Fat Dude came and saved the day. Oh, and there's a character. I need to talk about. The dude with the purple hair who's one of the top 3 at UA with Mirio. Bruh. This weird, nervous speaking, can't be confident in public weirdo who eats food and he takes on the characteristics of what he eats. So if this character eats an octopus, he gets octopus fingers. If this character eats chicken, he gets bird feet. Weirdo. Man, how is this dude top 3 and he gets... where's this dude confidence at? This character with the purple hair, he got no type of confidence, bro. He looks like a weirdo in public. Hoodie up, face down. Bro, you're supposed to be a hero. Walk with some confidence in the public. You can do that stuff in private, but in the public, since you're a hero, you need to keep up a persona. Don't be like Endeavor. Don't be like Bago. Yeah. Tough guy. Yeah. You need to be welcoming. You need to be heartwarming. You got to make the people feel good. Like I say, negative energy rubs off on people. So, I don't know how this dude's top 3 anyways. Walk around nervous like that and stuff. Like, dude, be confident. There was a scene where these girls like, oh my gosh, he looks so cute, and he was like, oh my gosh, really? Oh. I'm like, dude, you lame, trash. But I like this episode, man. This episode made me appreciate Kirishima, bro. Yeah, I know I'm finna be fanboying over Kirishima. Bruh. Kirishima, Todoroki, bruh, lava. I love those two. I love them with a passion. But this episode, what did Deku do? I mean, Deku was barely in the episode. Uraraka was in. So we also find out in this episode, Deku's agency with Night Eye and Uraraka and Froppy's agency are going to be working together on the case to arrest Onslaught and find out what he's doing and to find out the bigger scheme behind things and get all the villains locked up or whatever. So that's their whole mission they got to do for Deku and Uraraka. Yeah, I mean, the episode was cool. You had some writing issues with stuff, especially when Kirishima was talking about, I got 30 to 40 seconds. Bruh, that fight did not last no 30 to 40 seconds, and you had that mode activated damn near until the end of the fight. Some writing issues here and there, but overall, the episode wasn't bad. It was cool. I mean, biggest highlight of this episode was Red Riot, Kirishima, bro. Kirishima shine. He's one of the few people in 1A I actually like. Like, you know how I say in previous videos how 1A is like the example of uber duper super trash, and how there's so much trash and there's like little piece of beauty in it. Todoroki, Deku, Bakugo, his power set, not his character, but his power set. Tenya, and that's it. Those like the best characters in 1A. And then you got irrelevant people like Froppy, where her tongue is super long. Get out with that trash power. Invisible Girl, get her out of here, trash. Dude who keeps on electrocuting himself every time he uses his power, get him out of here, he is trash. Mineta, he can stay because he's funny. He can stay. You can't get rid of Mineta. You need Mineta.
I've got these sticky balls. Their strength varies. Depending on how I'm feeling, they might stick to something a whole day. They grow back as fast as I can pull them off, but I'll bleed if I use too many. Oh, and they don't stick to me. I just bounce right off them.
He needs to stay, but his power set is trash. Who else is trash? Oh, Earphone Jack Girl. I mean, her power set is just stupid. The way her powers look is dumb. This girl got earphones sticking from her. Ugh, disgusting. Makes me want to throw up. Who else is trash in that class? No, girl who, she's tight. Her power set's tight. She can stay, bruh. Oh, her too. She's tight. Uraraka, I mean, she cute, but get up out of here. No, nobody wants that power. That's the problem with 1A. You have so many people in 1A where it's like, bruh, I don't want your power. Like, I don't even want Deku's power, bruh. Break my finger. I don't want that shit. I'd rather have Bakugo's power. I'd rather have Todoroki's power. I'd rather have Kirishima's power. At least they don't break their rule. But I get it. Deku was not born with his quirk. So he is having a harder time adjusting to a quirk. I get it. But still. Let's say if I was in Deku's predicament and I had to break my fingers a bunch of times to get used to my power. No. But yeah, My Hero Academia Season 4 Episode 5 was cool. But the highlight of this episode was Kirishima. I'm glad Deku was not in it as much because I do not want to see Deku for a long time. Well, until next episode, he's going to show up. I don't want to see Deku's face because Deku is a literal insult to the intelligence when you watch him. Like I said last episode for episode 4, Deku did not understand the basics of a mask. That's Superhero 101. That's Superhero 101. Deku, this is the problem with Deku that I noticed. He takes all these notes in his book on his enemies, on his heroes and villains, and he even takes notes on his classmates. He has a lot of knowledge about things and people, but he doesn't apply that logic, even the basic logic. The fact that Mirio, a kid hero, had to educate another kid hero, Deku, on the reasons of wearing a mask and why you should wear a mask if you have one. And Deku doesn't even know the basics like that. For here, like Eraserhead or All Might has not educated you, and they know your suit has a mask on it. They have not educated you on, hey, when you wear a mask, you should either have it for protection, you know, have some actual armor on your mask, or use it to help hide your emotions. So when you confront enemies, they do not see. They won't use your emotions in they won't be able to read your facial expressions. But in My Hero, since all the heroes are treated as celebrities, which I do not like, I hate that part of My Hero. I hate that. Superheroes walking around like celebrities and stuff, nah. And the fact that all their identities are public makes no sense, because that does not protect the hero. There's a reason in comic books in general for superheroes why superheroes have secret identities. There's a reason why someone like Spider-Man has a secret identity. If your identity is exposed and you are a big high profile person like Spider-Man who keeps on stopping major villains missions and their crimes, you're going to create enemies, and your enemies will use your family against you. That's why the villains in My Hero can be trash at times. And I'm like, y'all know Deku's identity. Y'all know pretty much all of these heroes' identity. Go attack their family members. If they keep annoying you, put some fear in their hearts. Scare them. Take their family members and say, hey, we're going to hold your family member for ransom. You play with us. We gonna ice them. But nah, these villains are too dumb to even realize that. But still, with My Hero, gotta run with it. Even though it's BS, but you gotta run with it. But still, this episode, it was cool. I liked the episode. Because of Red Riot, Kirishima, bro. It makes me leak. We are calling Kirishima's new power Red Riot Hardening Unleashed. Hardening times 10! Rah! Man, shouts out to Kirishima, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead in this video. It's your boy K-Dot, the first Black Super Saiyan to wear around this planet. Goes to that peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Don't do drugs. Deuces.
Should have gone for the head.
What did it cost?
Everything. We're in the end game now.